Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going? We are now on Facebook Live, on TikTok as well, and YouTube. This is In 34. Now, on In 34, we talk to various people here in Malaysia, who they specialize in all kinds of special things. Like maybe some of them are good in cooking, some of them good in doing magic tricks and so on. And today we've got three special guests who are good in this free running sport, if you will, called the parkour. Let's talk to them. Let's get to know them a little better, okay? And let's talk to Nilofer first. Nilofer, hi, how are you doing?
Hi everyone, I'm Nilofer.
Okay, tell us more about yourself.
I'm a founder of Lepak and Learn. Co-founder of Lepak and Learn, and I'm also head of operations there. Lepak and Learn is an activity center. We provide parkour classes, archery, sila, chess, boxing for all ages. Okay. So I'm not the one who does free running or parkour, but I organize classes. Okay. I have a center.
Okay, soon I'll be asking you guys to tell us exactly what is parkour, okay?
Sure.
Right, for now, let's get to know all of you better. And you're done? Nilofer, you done? Okay. I feel like we are friends already. Lukman, you next. Tell us about yourself. Yeah, okay. You can grab the mic. Okay, go on.
Okay, hi, I'm Lukman, the co-founder of Lepak and Learn as well. So for us, the journey all started actually inspired by our own son. We will share what parkour is about. But he's a very active kid. And we were looking for sports that's suitable for kids, for adults alike, that actually addresses or gives you opportunities to funnel your energy. And that's how we came about parkour and got serious about it. And now we're working to spread the awareness on parkour to the Malaysian society.
Well, I'm a very energetic person, so I think that should be up my street.
Yes, we're going to have special challenges for TRAXXfm crew.
Okay. Thank you very much, Lukman. What about you, Aiman? Yeah. Tell us more about yourself. Go on.
Hello, my name is Aiman, and I'm just a part-timer at Lepak and Learn. I teach children, kids, and adults about how to do parkour at Lepak and Learn. So, at Lepak and Learn, I just work Saturday and Sunday only because I was a part-timer. But my main job is I was an engineer. I work at Balakong. So I started my parkour since I was 17 years old. 17?
Yes. How old are you now? You can't tell me. It's okay. you can say I want to say. Old. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's still very young. Yeah. Go on.
And I was interested to learning parkour because I was saw on the video game like how do they do the backflip, front flip.
Okay. Backflips.
I got interested when my friends do a backflip in front of me. Yeah. And I said that, hey, how do you do that? Right. Can you teach me how to do a backflip, like the video games, action movies, like that? Can you teach me? And he's agreed with that.
And then finally you learn that that's actually part of parkour.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so one of you tell me all about parkour. What is it exactly? What it involves? And go on.
All right, let me go first. Yeah.
Okay. All
right. So a little bit on what parkour is and its history. So parkour, as many could guess, is a French word. It's not that hard to pronounce. The pronunciation for someone who does parkour is even harder.
I actually googled that. Yes. As far as I know, there are two pronunciations. One is parkour. Yeah. And the other is parkour, right?
Right.
So same.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go on, please.
So in Malaysia, I think most of it is called parkour.
So I'll stick with parkour then.
Parkour, yes.
Okay. Almost sounds like parkour, but that's different. We are not going to do that.
Yeah. We don't specialize in that.
Me too. Go on.
All right. So it started. Let me go with the definition of how it's applied. So it's basically getting from point A to point B in the most efficient, fastest and safest way, right? You can say the originator of parkour is actually David Bell. He started this movement, which later then grew, and he had a team as well. He himself was inspired by his father, Raymond Bell. So Raymond Bell actually worked on and was inspired by the French military, where they've got their own obstacle courses in military training. So he kind of started there, and then David Bell was like, what are you doing there, right? I find the other co-curricular activities in school pretty boring, so he discovered this thing with his dad, and slowly he came up with the term, and then he started the practice and art of parkour. So that's what parkour is all about.
Okay, someone has told me that parkour is almost like free running. But what's the difference between parkour and free running? Is there a difference?
Actually, it has a difference.
Okay.
Okay, for parkour, actually, they have discipline. It's more discipline. For free running, you want to express. It's more expressive. Okay, Mr. Lukman said that parkour, you want to get to from point A to point B in the fastest and safest way, right?
Okay.
But for free running, you want to express what you are doing when you are getting from point A to point B. Yeah, it's just like free running is just combination between parkour and the gymnastic moves.
I see.
Yeah, because free running involves like you can do some vaults, wall climb, but also you can add some flips or aerial moves. But for parkour, you just run, jump, do some vaults, and do maybe a wall run and vaults.
So there's no destination. You just, in parkour, you just, like, if you're running, for example, you're jumping over tables and things. Is there a destination where you want to go somewhere, or you're just doing this?
So
how does it work?
You can say, because parkour started as a street sport and urban
Street
sport.
sports,
So what the athletes do is actually they go and they identify the obstacles they want to go through. So it is more
Can
of
you name me some of the obstacles?
Okay, so some of the obstacles internally, what we call is a wall. So it can be a huge bench, a table, a huge block. So how do you transverse that obstacle? Do you jump over it? Do you go under it?
And then you can even go under it.
Yeah, if some you've got to crawl under as well. So parkour includes crawling. Example, you will also see parkour athletes, they have to go through walls, like maybe 2 meter high walls. So how are they going to actually climb the wall? So they do a parkour run, and then they upscale the wall and go through the wall. So the obstacles, you predefine it based on the location you are, and then you set up the challenges. That's why it's a very creative sport that really comes what we call sukan akar umbi. It's a grassroots sport.
Right. Okay. So there is actually a list of things you can do, or can you, like, come up with something on your own? Can you, or is there a list for you to follow? Like, okay, you can do this, you can do that, or can you just improvise and just have people been known to improvise and just, okay, I'm going to do this and it's not been done before?
Yeah,
how's that?
I think combination of both. Parkour actually allows creativity also.
Yeah, you can go creative with your own way. If
You can.
want to, like, maybe I want to jump to this obstacle. You can do that way.
I'll go creative in 10 years, not now. Now I follow the rules. Every rule I follow, Yeah. So, okay, good. And, in your opinion, how is the development of parkour in Malaysia? What is the awareness level like? How many people are aware of it?
I would say, firstly, parkour, I would say in Malaysia is considered a young sport. I wouldn't say it's at its infancy, but it's a young sport. So
A young sport, okay.
Right? For example, there are no formal parkour tournaments that go on, right? But there is a community that practices parkour. There are many communities around Malaysia. There are like Lepak and Learn, where we create the awareness of parkour. But the awareness, I think it's like what we discussed earlier, is kind of contradictory. To some people, it's like an extreme sport. And to some people, they say, is this just a sport where you jump, run, lompat?
Yep, jump. I mean, to those who are not so familiar, they may think it's just that. Like, for example, I'm not really familiar. So to me, it's like just jumping over tables and chairs and in the extreme sense, from a building to another, Has anybody attempted that?
Okay.
Building to building.
Yes. Okay.
I'm just curious.
Right.
Building. It won't be me though.
Yes,
if it's somebody. But
okay. Firstly, it's not me either.
Come on, you are the expert.
Maybe a Lego building. Yeah. So
That's
parkour itself is a sport. It's a skill. So it's on the individual how they apply the sport, how they apply the skill. So there are parkour athletes that actually go to that age where they actually try to go from building to building. And then there are parkour athletes that prefer to practice in a more safer environment as well. So there's extremes of both sides. It's up to the individual, the type of challenges that they choose, right? So I would say it's like something like when we run boxing classes, right? You don't go in the ring and you jump in and you get ready for boxing. You've got to build that ability to block, to defend yourself. So in parkour, it's the same thing. It's a progressive sport. You don't take that big risk.
I gotcha. You need to learn the rules, and then to make sure that you don't hurt yourself.
Yes,
Right?
definitely.
Okay. And what is the youngest person that you recommend to take up this sport? What's the youngest? What? 7? I don't know. 10, 12?
Okay, so all kids do parkour.
They do?
They do, and all
Jumping
of
over
us,
stools?
all of us have done parkour at some stage of our
I have
life.
jumped over stools before. Is that considered? No, it's not, right?
Yes,
Is it?
yes, jumping is
3 stools in a row. Pop.
I'm sure you have heard about the kids. Parents say that my kids all the time jumping and climbing. What is it? It's parkour.
Right.
So the
Okay.
correct question should be that when do we stop? Not when we start or when we can join. When did we stop? We stopped because parents thought that it was dangerous, and kids try the limit. They jump little bit and they feel they're okay, I can do it. Then they jump further.
Yeah, actually, see, parents are usually very concerned, of their kids getting too aggressive. So probably they may just stop them. Hey, don't do
Because
this.
of the
Don't
awareness,
jump
they
around.
don't know there is a sport called parkour.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
So
They
you
don't
can
know.
encourage, and actually the word parkour we were introduced by our son.
What
Because-
would you tell the parents who are listening in and who have kids who are very active? What would you tell them if the kids want to start jumping here and there?
I would say that parkour is something the kid's body naturally asking for it.
Okay.
So it's the easiest sport. If let's say, as normally you go and ask that my kids want to join sports, so usually the limit is 5 and 6 and above, 5 years, 6 years and above. So kids can learn, understand the instruction, can be in the class. Parkour we train kids 3 years and above.
3 and above.
3 years and above. My daughter, younger one, she started jumping from high 2 years, 10 months.
Wow.
Because she's
So
been
active, right?
around it.
And so
she's been around
adventurous.
with the whole parkour gang. So we train 3 years and above, and it's very easy because we are not doing anything new. We are just providing encouraging environment for the kids who are natural to it.
In terms of safety, right? How safe is the game of this sport? Has anybody been seriously hurt before? No.
From my experience, I've never got hurt doing parkour. Actually.
Okay.
If I got hurt, it's not from parkour. It's from something else. Maybe because I trip when I walk,
Okay.
just casually walk,
Okay.
or maybe I got injured from playing futsal or football,
Okay.
but not from parkour. Actually, parkour is safe. Actually, maybe you see that a person doing parkour, doing the high jumps, the long jumps, you see that how that person do it. But you see that is the final product of parkour. You don't see behind the curtains how he's gonna train to do the long jumps, to do the high jumps. For me, I was training before I do a high jump, I set an obstacle, do a low jump first, and then
Right.
practice my roll, and then I further increase my level until I get to my goal. Actually, parkour is a safe
Makes sense.
sport.
Yeah. So safe.
But if I can add two things, right?
Okay.
One is interestingly, we also notice we have adults and even people who are 40 plus that come over and say, I want to learn parkour.
Okay.
So we ask them why. Because for us, it's also an awareness, reverse awareness for us. Right? They say one is they say I'm scared I might fall, so I want to learn
I
how
think that
to
is one
fall
of the most
properly.
the biggest concern of participants. What if I fall down and break something?
No, what I'm saying is additionally, people who don't do parkour, maybe they just do normal sports. Like if you're playing badminton or you're playing football,
Okay.
right? You tend to fall as well, right? So parkour will teach you how to fall properly,
Right.
minimize the impact,
Right.
disperse the energy, and don't get hurt. So we've got extreme sports people, like example skateboarders, who come and say, can I learn some basic parkour moves? We ask why, right? Are you interested in parkour? He said, no. I fall a lot. I need to learn how to fall properly. So that is parkour.
Interesting. Yeah. And okay, today I'm learning a lot more about parkour and then I know
See you
about.
soon at Lepak and Learn.
Yes, okay, we have a new parkour practitioner coming up soon.
Okay, I've got a question for you. Another question is there an age limit to those who are interested? It's like, okay, since you have reached 50, sorry, you can't do it anymore. Or is there a limit? Do you put an age limit to it? Or as long as the person is enthusiastic, then no problem. Carry on. How does it work?
No, like Lukman said, that when we started, we thought we just starting for the children.
For kids. Mhm.
And then slowly we realized that we can actually take younger kids also, 3 year and above. And then we got the request from a 40-year-old guy who is actually already doing skating. So yeah, I don't think I want to put any age
limit, right?
Yeah, as long as you have a curious heart and you are willing to learn, then we have fabulous coaches who can guide you.
And because parkour is such a dynamic sport, it's not confined. You know, if for example you learn certain sports, like if you're learning ballet, you have to achieve certain steps. Because parkour is a dynamic sport, the modules, what they learn, what they master, can be catered to their self-ability and their age. I wouldn't say there is a right or wrong age to.
So you guys do have a plan for the individual participant, like, okay, these are what you can do, and maybe you shouldn't do that because you are too young, or maybe, hey, you're too old, you don't try all this. Is there a set of recommendations that you have for your participants?
For beginners to learn parkour, right?
Yeah.
So actually, we take some basic movement that all people can do it.
Okay, all right.
Jumping. Yeah, jumping. But in
over
parkour,
what?
No, just jump to point A to point B.
Oh.
No obstacles.
Oh, okay. All
But
right.
in parkour, we call it as a precision jump. You
Precision
want to
jump.
as precise as you can. Because first of all, precision jump, you need to use your core muscles and your legs muscles.
Okay.
And also, you need to control your power when you are about to jump. Because if you are using more power, you will jump further and you will not go precise at that location. If you use low energy, you cannot reach that destination. So precision jump is the basic movement that you can learn for parkour. Maybe you can learn by just, first of all, jumping maybe 1 to 2 feet. Try jump, and then increase the distance until you get the maximum distance that you cannot reach. You need to train again until you have reached your goal.
Okay. So it's not really that tough now, is it?
Yeah, it doesn't tough.
With your guidance, it'll be, well, easy-ish.
Then
Right?
there are more stuff like you can add on rolls, walls. Those are different later on. But beginners one, like he said, otherwise there are lots of different walls. Basic is safety wall.
Right. What are the requirements to join the sport? I mean, for those newbies who are interested, doesn't matter how old they are. They may be 20, maybe 10, or maybe 40. What are the requirements when they come and talk to you guys? Hey, so
Okay.
what are
Let me
requirements?
start. Maybe you can add on. So, firstly, I would say be realistic to yourself and your expectation. One of the things when we start teaching parkour is we ask the individual, what is your fitness level? Do you have any
That's
health
important,
issues,
isn't it?
right?
The fitness level.
Right. Because you have to be realistic to yourself and how much you want to progress. If someone hasn't exercised for the past 5 years, then we start with very basic. But
That would be me.
but
Go
if
on,
you
go
come
on.
back and you tell me you do taekwondo every week, then you can progress faster and you can take up more challenges. So firstly, be honest to yourself, and then you want to add on.
Then you have to have passion for the sport also.
Patience.
Yeah,
Passion.
passion. So you're willing to learn. You want
I
to
see.
learn.
So which means to say to the beginners, at first they may make mistakes like, oh, I can't do this, or oh, I don't want to do, I want to give up. So you will encourage them to, to be themselves and just take the bull by the horn and jump that building.
No,
Jump the
okay.
building. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking, okay.
But
I think
have to
buildings
say-
should be
I
last.
have to say to the listener and viewers, jump from the building is the final product, like Coach Aiman said.
Hey, that's the
That
final
doesn't
one.
happen. Yeah, so it happened with the just precision jump.
Unless it's
And
Tom
that is
Cruise.
optional with your own risk. Yeah.
Right. Unless it's Tom Cruise, and different.
Yeah.
He's been doing it all the time. Tom Cruise, right?
Yeah,
He
he did
everywhere.
the stunt at
Mission
the age of 60, right?
Yeah, he's okay, man. He's a strong man, I tell you, and I'm looking forward to his new movie. So so okay, and parkour is an extreme sport. Do you call it an extreme sport or not? I guess it depends on what you do, right?
I think now.
If you're jumping over stools, it's not extreme at all.
Yeah.
Like me, that's easy.
Now
Easy
I think
peasy.
you would be able to answer that better because we already explained to you.
So I guess that's a very two versions. One can be extreme, and the other is like if you choose to do the so-called the things that do not require too much stamina, then it's not extreme. So
And
right?
if I can expand a little bit on what Coach Aiman said, right?
Okay.
For example,
Oh wait, hang on. We got a break for the news, man.
All
The
right.
news is coming up. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, news. Take it away.
Assalamualaikum Madani, Kevin Francis with the news updates at 4 p.m. The government is considering the establishment of a program to bring together universities or defense training institutes across Southeast Asian countries to organize relevant activities in conjunction with Malaysia's chairmanship of ASEAN next year. Prime Minister Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim said the program could be held alongside the ASEAN Defence Ministers meeting, which will be chaired by Defence Minister Dato Sri Muhammad Khalid Nordin. The Prime Minister said that expectations for Malaysia's chairmanship of ASEAN are high, with several major meetings set to take place next year. The Ministry of Education prioritizes the welfare and safety of staff and students in educational institutions and has made early preparations for the northeast monsoon floods. Its Secretary General Dato Ruji Up said all preparations covering all aspects had been made, including making students and staff understand the impact of the disaster, thereby helping to reduce the risk of loss of life or property. Describing them as the front line, he said they need to be given sufficient knowledge and skills as well as resources for them to act faster when faced with the situation. Malacca will continue to improve the quality of all tourism infrastructure in the state in preparation for the World Tourism Day and World Tourism Conference 2025 in September next year. Chief Minister Abdul Rauf Yusof said this initiative aims to elevate the state's tourist attractions to world-class standards, ensuring that they are well equipped to welcome international visitors during these significant events. The Sultan of Perak, Sultan Nasrin Shah, today sponsored lunch for 7,800 prospects in the state prisons, correctional centres and moral rehabilitation centres in conjunction with His Royal Highness's 68th birthday celebration. Orang Kaya Bendahara Sri Maharaja General Retired Tan Sri Dr. Muhammad Zahiri Zainuddin said the lunch treat was provided using the ruler's own expense, totalling 93,600 ringgit. And finally in sports, defending champion Francesco Bagnaia got off his 2024 Malaysia Motorcycle Grand Prix campaign with a flying start by emerging as the fastest rider in Free Practice 1 at Sepang International Circuit today. The Ducati Lenovo team rider took the top spot in 1 minute 58.795 seconds and left behind Maverick Vinales of Aprilia Racing with plus 0.743 seconds, while Marco Besecchi from Pertamina Enduro VR46 Racing Team came in third with 1 minute 59.848 seconds. And that concludes the bulletin prepared by Alif Harris. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Salam Malaysia Madani.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to Chill at Tracks, happening right here on TRAXXfm. We are doing In 34, and our special guests for today are Lukman, there's Nilofer, and Darwish, Aiman Darwish, okay? They are experts in parkour, a, extreme sport, or maybe can be non-extreme. It depends on what you actually do, right? Okay, Lukman.
All right.
So, yeah, go on.
Let's go back to the question, whether parkour is an extreme sport or not. Right. Our view is that it goes back to how you apply what you learn in parkour, right? So maybe when you see people practicing parkour or performing parkour, you don't see, like what Coach Aiman said, all the background work that they had done. Maybe a simple analogy is when you're doing a front flip. You see someone do a front flip and wow, what if he hits his head on the
front flip,
right?
Can Aiman do a front flip later? Can you do it here?
Yeah, maybe I.
What can you do?
Okay, I do
Afterwards, okay, before we
Like a
end.
backflip.
Yeah. Before you, because we're on TikTok, so they can see you actually. So we want to see you in action afterwards. Don't worry, relax first. Okay, sorry, Lukman, go on.
All right. So the progressive step by step actually is quite a lot. It's methodological and it's process based, right? First you start by just doing a jump, a high jump. You tuck your feet in. And then you do rolls, and then you do dive rolls, and then you move on to doing front flips from a elevated place onto a thick mattress. And as it progresses slowly, the mattress becomes thinner and thinner, and then you do a full front flip. Right? So what you are seeing generally is the end product, but the road to achieve it is very process based, is very safety based. Another example, like Miss Nilofer said about kids jumping from high level, right? We all know as parents that, you know, when you're at home, you tell your kids don't jump around, don't climb, they will stop. But as soon as you leave the room, they start back.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So what we came to realize is that better teach them the correct ways, safer ways, and teach them to take calculated risk rather than just jump in. So when we teach kids on parkour, example, if they're jumping from a high spot, how do they fall? How do they break the fall? Break the fall meaning how do they disperse the impact?
True.
When you jump, do you keep your knees closed or open to avoid hitting your chins? Right. So that actually, when you do the sport, you do it properly, you learn it properly. It's not as dangerous. And in fact, certain other sports, you tend to get injured more often, like what Coach Aiman said, because when you're doing parkour, you're already aware it's a risk-based sport. So you take a calculated risk.
Yes, of course. Yes. And when you're talking about high, how high are you talking about? 5 feet? 6?
I think we've seen people jump from 2 meters.
2 meters?
From 2 meters.
Okay. I'm a feet man. Not meters. But I understand. Yeah. So, yeah. Just kidding.
Probably 3 times my height, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's not too bad, right? Not too high. And let's see. How is parkour, train to build strength and agility? I'm quite sure it does build strength and agility.
Okay.
How does it work?
Okay, so it's a full body workout. It's a sport that you literally from head to toe.
Okay.
Body, right? So it surely it strengthens your muscles and bones. It also helps with the coordination, whole body coordination, hand, eye, legs coordination and all. It's good for flexibility. But these are the physical strength that we talk about. Something I find very fascinating that it really helps with mental health. And
mental health.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and at Lepak and Learn, I came across many cases where parents come and talk to me. We have a student from, like, our student are autistic, we have ADHD, we have a student who are very shy or might not be as good in social skills.
Now that's me,
or
I'm shy guy. Okay.
Or development delay, speech delay or motor skill and all. And parents often come to me and tell me that they are having challenges at other classes, but I don't see that happening in parkour. Or maybe parkour, even if it's happening, they find challenging, but kids want to do it. And so they are happy, of course, and we also get happy. But then it got me thinking, the only reason it's happening because parkour somehow boosts their self-confidence.
And it's a fun thing, isn't it?
It's a fun.
To jump around, and the kids love that.
Why the self-confidence? Because kids, like he said, that risk assessment, they're taking risk, but they're taking calculated risk. So they have to trust their own self. They have to decide, can I go further or not? Okay.
And you guys are there anyway to guide them.
Yes, of course.
So there's no worries about that.
So my coaches will be there to encourage, but final decision will be there. We have happened so many times. The kids say that I cannot do it. So we respect and we let them decide. Another thing is they have to be quick, not by body, but by thinking. Because the whole parkour set maybe is 10 seconds, 15 seconds. So within those seconds, they have to decide where I want to go, how I want to navigate this obstacle. So there is no one there to tell them. They are in charge. So which gives them like little bit, control. Another thing is help problem solving also, critical thinking, because they have to make sure that where my leg's gonna go, where my hand's gonna go, it has to look in flow, So I think those all things, and in some way it makes them easy with their own body, which I think youth really needs it. It's not only health, physical. I see physical benefit. I see mental health also. It actually helps really big time.
Okay, pardon my ignorance. This parkour, can you do it? I mean, once you are already experienced, right? You know what you're doing. You've got all the plans. Can you do it anywhere, or are there specific places where you can do it, and there are places you can't do it?
Well, parkour athletes mostly want to do it anywhere, but
Yeah,
people
anywhere,
might
right?
not like it.
But actually, for me,
In a park, perhaps, where there are more space and more benches, you can just try and jump over a bench. I don't know.
because for me, when I want to train my parkour, first of all,
Where do you go?
I go to a park first and see the spot first.
Oh, okay.
And analyze what can I do with these benches,
Okay.
with these stairs. What can I do? And I get for me, I first of all I need to think what are my movements are. I need to do some votes. Okay, what votes I want to do? Okay, this height, can I do it or not? It's just it's just not that I go and just jumping around and do whatever I like.
So you must have a plan.
Yes,
You cannot simply just go there. Okay, I'm just gonna start jumping. No.
It's
Right?
very
You need
strategic
to have a plan.
thinking. It's very
for me,
strategic thinking.
I must think what I'm about to do.
Okay.
Because when I'm just doing it, maybe like I just go on with it. Maybe I will like what am I doing?
I
And
understand.
accidentally, maybe you will feel like, because when I was practicing, I will record my moves.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I will record my moves to see my progression, and I see that no, it's very sloppy. I don't like it. That's why I think
Yeah.
about it. I imagine what I want to do first.
That's clever.
And,
Because parkour is an art actually. Because for parkour you have discipline, and also I do some free runnings. I want to express my movements, okay, in the camera, maybe in the social media. So yeah, before I start doing it, I think what I'm gonna do, what moves I want to do and not.
I see. So it's like also expressing yourself,
Yeah.
your desires, your feelings, so you just let people know, okay, this is how I go about it. Yeah.
Because for my experience, when I do the parkour sport and free running, I feel like I was like a bird. I'm flying. I'm free. Actually, yes, that is what I feel. Because like another sport, like maybe I don't like playing football
Okay.
because I don't have passion for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too, actually.
But when I learn
Sorry to all the football
parkour,
fans.
yeah, when I learn parkour, I feel like, wow, I feel free. I can do whatever I want.
It's freestyle.
Yeah,
right?
freestyle. It's
You can fly
freestyle.
like a bird. You can
Because when you
walk
play
like
football,
whoever.
you need to go to get the ball first. If you don't get the ball, man, I don't get the ball.
What do you specialize in terms of a physical thing, like
For
a flip
physical-
or something, flipping? Because we want you to do that. It's already close to 4:15. I want you to show us what's the one thing that you enjoy doing.
I
A
think
physical thing,
the
not
first-
sitting down and talking to me.
The first move
A
that I
physical
got-
thing, like how
The first move that I got is backflip actually.
a back. Is there space for a backflip here?
Yeah,
We can remove the chair.
Yeah. You move the chairs. Okay, we got to do that now. Can you please? Okay, just move the chairs. Move it around. My producer. Yeah. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, a backflip now from the one and only Aiman. Okay. Watch. Okay. Don't blink your eyes, ladies and gentlemen. Do not blink your eyes. Okay. Aiman. Anytime you're ready. Aiman is going to perform a backflip, which I have been trying for over 100 years, but I haven't gotten that yet. Okay, Aiman, anytime you're ready, the world is watching. Backflip from Aiman, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wow, my goodness. My God. Oh, okay, one more time. I gotta see it again. Okay, this is amazing. Okay, I'm inspired to try later. Okay, go on. 1, 2. Oh my God. It's so effortless. You just, my goodness, man. Amazing. Aiman, ladies and gentlemen, with a backflip. That's totally cool. Okay, any closing message? Because we're out of time. Okay, closing message.
All right. So closing on our side is there is still a lot of awareness that needs to be done on parkour.
Okay.
We're actually trying our best to work closely with authorities, even nearby MPs. Our idea is that we want to set up a parkour park in Klang Valley area. We can look at inspiration not too far off. Even in Johor, they have a very good parkour park. It's an outdoor park, and it helps grow the community. And you can see that in Johor, the community is so flourishing because there's a parkour park. They can practice there.
There's no parkour park here in KL?
There isn't a formal parkour park.
Oh, okay. So we may want to work towards that. And,
yes, we would love to work towards that. Yeah.
We are working with the authority regarding to that, and we're gonna send them this interview link.
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic, fantastic. I mean, there's so much potential for this sport.
Yeah.
And it's freestyle, and it's just amazing. And that backflip has inspired me to do one myself later.
We start with the roll first.
There you go.
I'll start with jumping over stools first.
Yeah.
And then I'll eventually go to the backflip.
That's a precision jump. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know when I'm getting there, but so that's it. Yeah. So Lukman, thank you so much. Nilofer, thank you. Aiman, thank you, man. You guys are amazing. You have inspired all of us to take up parkour. Seriously, you know, I'm not a sporty person, but I'm hearing about this. I get so excited, and yeah, I want to start jumping afterwards.
Let's go.
All right. I'll see you guys later. Okay. You take care. And any more closing message? No, that's it. That's it.
No, thank you very much.
Okay. Okay. Before I let you guys go, give me your address where people can look for you. Okay.
Okay,
Where?
we are at Wangsa Malawati. Our main center is there, but we do teach parkour outdoor also, KLCC, TTDI area. We also provide parkour classes to the schools.
Right. Ooh.
So-
Is there a number that can contact you? That's important. Give us your number.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so our number is 011 18 95 3997. So 011 18 95 3997. Lepak and Learn.
A pleasure, my friends. So I'll
you.
catch you guys around, okay?
Thank
All right. When I achieve something, I'll let you know. All right. Later.
Great.
Bye.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much.
If you are still Oh, boleh.
Thank you guys. You
Thank
made it
you,
so
yes.
easy, Albert.
I did.